Don't kill the cat! Ha!
Perennial. This is interesting, I think. Let's go. Perennial plant. I was looking at a flower that my grandma got as a gift, and she was asking me to look up why it's dying. The care, what kind of care it needs. It was a kangaroo paw. It was called kangaroo paw, some Australian thing, and there's different varieties, and yeah, they were talking about how the plant was perennial, or at least the variety of it. A perennial plant, or simply perennial, is a plant that lives more than 2 years. So apparently this is like a long... Why do plants... I guess, I don't really know much about vegetation, as some might like to say. Obviously, some plants, they live one season and they rely on their reproduction to continue their exemplar, their family, or whatever it's called, their existence. But obviously some live for longer. Perennial. Etymology. Perennial means through the ears. Latin. Is often used to differentiate a plant from shorter-lived annuals or biennials. The term is also widely used to distinguish plants with little or no woody growth. Secondary growth in girth from trees and shrubs, which are also technically perennials. Okay, so this is it's not used for trees and shrubs, but more so for flowers, for the flowering plants and whatever. Perennials, especially small flowering plants that grow and bloom over the spring and summer. My reading is horrible, by the way. Please don't judge me. Die back every autumn and winter, and then return in the spring from their rootstock or other overwintering structure, are known as herbaceous perennials. However, depending on the rigors of the local climate, temperature, moisture, organic content in the soil, microorganisms, a plant that is a perennial in its native habitat in a milder garden may be treated by a gardener as an annual and planted out every year from seed, from cuttings, or from divisions. Tomato vines, for example, live several years in their natural tropical, subtropical habitat, but are grown as annuals in temperate regions. Because their above ground biomass does not survive the winter. Obviously there are a lot of villages here. Grandma's in a village, and they replant their vegetables anew every year. They either plant them to grow from seeds, or they buy little saplings that are grown. I also wanted to share this. I have to translate it first. Just a second. Translate. It's like a big seed type of thing. Bulb? Is that right? Bulb, right. Oh, they're showing the onion as such as well. A botany bulb is structurally a short stem with fleshy leaves or leaf bases that function as food storage organs during dormancy. Dormancy is the winter period, obviously. In gardening, plants with other kinds of storage organ are also called ornamental bulbous plants. What I thought about like the perennials, I thought about these plants that we have that are they have their bulbs buried under the soil, and when the flower dies or plant dies when it gets cold or through the seasons, the bulb is hidden from the cold, and snow also helps. Like wherever it snows, snow also helps create a protective layer over the soil, and it keeps the plant from extreme cold temperatures, acting like what was it called? Insulation. And yeah, I also wanted to add something else, but I forgot what it was, and my time is kind of running out, isn't it? Wait, I messed up my splits. Anyway, this should have been shorter. I also wanted to look at a list of perennial plants. There we go. Perennial flowers: Dahlia, Nymphophia, hollyhock, lupin, daisy, salvia, phlox, foxglove. I wish I could just hover over these and it would just show me the plant, but I think tulips do that, and we have this little snow flower here. I forgot what it's called in English. Let me just take a look. Is it gonna come up? Nope. Anyway, I'm gonna skip that. Perennial fruits: apple, blackcurrant, blueberry, blackberry, currant, grape, pear, plum. Yeah, we have the grapevines that last through the seasons, and they cut the thin branches. Pear, plum, raspberry, strawberry. Herbs: fennel, mint, rosemary, sage, thyme. Vegetables: asparagus, chives, globe artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke, leek, New Zealand spinach. I don't know half of these. Rhubarb, sorrel, raquio, sea kale, sweet potato. Aquatic plants. Wow, I never even like. Yeah, you don't even think about it until you read it. Aquatic plants also die? Like they're season based as well? Okay. Benefits in agriculture. Yeah, I should just go towards the next topic.